Hello. I'm making this afterwards because that Fwagon ride went really well. It's kind of boring to watch, but it's a culmination of 4.5 years of hard work on that car. I bought it before my youngest was born, and just kind of wanted to build a race car, wanted to build something that I could go to the track with. And so this video is the longest I've driven the car. A few things popped up. I use auto-tune pretty heavily on Megasquirt just because it's so difficult to juggle a laptop while you're trying to drive and adjust air-fuel ratios. I get a really good bass tune with it. You can do a really easy setting, so if you don't have a very good map, you can kind of get your bass map started, get it to where it's safe to get into boost, and then you start your data logging. And then you can tune from your data log from there and then actually get it dialed in pretty quick. It's got a flex fuel sensor, so I'll be doing gasoline tune first. I swapped last night, 3-pound springs in the wastegates. It looks like it's making around 4 or 5 pounds. It's very quick on 4 or 5 pounds. All these little blasts that you're hearing in the video is a minimum of 65 miles an hour in a few seconds. I'm not really too familiar with. It's actually my first Powerglide car. It's my first automatic turbo car that I've built, so I'm learning a lot with it. The transmission stays a little bit toasty and doesn't cool down, but I have it pretty close up to the body, so I'm going to have to space that down probably an inch or two and try to get some more airflow up to it, or reverse the fans and pull through it instead of push. But all in all, I mean, I put probably 20-30 miles on it. I don't have an odometer anymore. I just have a GPS speedometer on the tweaker dash that I bought, which I'm pretty happy about. And I can put a link for all that stuff, but I got all of it working pretty good. First oil change is up and out of the way. The transmission got up to maybe 190, but that's after doing 50-60 miles an hour and kind of throttling in and out of it and all this. But the video that you're seeing is literally partly from my parents' house back to my house, and it'll sit there in traffic, it'll idle. The only thing that you'll see at the beginning of the video that I was kind of battling was it has an electric water pump, and I only have I have the largest restrictor that goes, so you don't run a thermostat when you have an electric water pump. You can, I'm not. It's only about 51, 52 degrees outside. So rolling around at 30-40 miles an hour, it kind of runs at 140 degrees. It did get up to 175, 180 at the lights. But so back to the issue. So it was surging because the WUE, the warm-up enrichment setting, added fuel until 160 degrees. So it was warm. It was probably 165. And so the tuning that I've been doing, I've been allowing the auto-tune to start at 135 degrees and then go up, but I'm fighting the warm-up enrichment at the same time, so I had to go in and shut off that 130 degrees. It doesn't add any more percentage for warm-up because the engine's warm, but it's running cool. So I'm battling that, but that was in the beginning of the video. You're watching me retune it basically. Less the warm-up enrichment percentage at 130 plus. So, but it did great. No leaks, no coolant blowout. And a reminder, I built this engine when I was super poor. The engine, or the crankshaft, I had to clean with 400 grit sandpaper and polish with 1,000. And one of the, it has used main studs, used head studs. One of the main studs is held on with a lug nut because I was not able to locate the ARP nut. I have a picture of that somewhere. I might have to find it and put it up, but I'm incredibly impressed. Like, the bores were completely rusted. There was pitting in them that you could catch your fingernail on. Some of the rings, for some reason, were gapped at 42 thousandths and like a 28 to 32 thousandths top ring gap. So she's got ring gap for boost for days. But the plan with the car is to build a piston and rod motor on the side, see how far this one takes me. The heads are a Trickflow 170 that I got damaged, that needed 2 valves, and the combustion chamber is kind of smoothed out a little bit. But come to find out, after cleaning the heads up, they're CNC ported 170cc, and they already had 650 lift springs on them. So I bought those for $600, put $200 into them, redecked them, put in some new valves, cleaned some things up. So I built this whole car on a budget. The only place that the money went, like, at one chunk wise, with a suspension, because it's all Team Z, all chromoly, all adjustable, everything front to back. And then as I started a new job last year, I was able to start rolling more money into the car and buy you know, all the wiring stuff and complete the fuel system and you know, the injectors and just everything. But I've been sitting on a lot of the parts for a long time, but I knew how much money it would take to finish it. And so this car is, I don't know what it's going to turn into, but I'd like to see a Dart stroker in it at some point. And then at that point, the VS Racing S480 is going to be too small. So it'll have to probably be a, I don't know, a 90, 92 something with a non split exhaust housing and probably a 150 AR, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it because I made the crossover pipes in 3-inch stainless, and from what I was reading, it makes everything lazy because you lose your exhaust pulse energy when you have a larger expansion chamber for when it comes out of the cylinder head. And when I made the merged go into the dual inlet part of the turbo, I wasn't able to smush the pipes and have it match exactly on top. So it's just a flange on top of a round pipe, so it kind of hits a wall there, but it spools up amazingly. It's got a PTC 9.5-inch converter on it, and I told him all the specs, and it flashes right up. I'm able to get it up to 4,000 RPM on the trans brake, and immediately within 2 seconds hit the boost that I want. So, you know, we're still learning everything on the car and what it wants and what it doesn't like. I'm pretty excited to get it tuned to a point where I can take it to the track, and I'm assuming on this stock boat 351 short block with pits and rust and gross stuff, you should have seen the first oil filter on the oil change. I'm hoping to break into the 5s on this short block. I know it's kind of a lofty goal, but on E85, I think it'll be possible, but I'll have to probably want to try to break it because I don't think it's going to do it effortlessly. I think I'm going to need a decent amount of boost, and I'm hoping the car will make, or the engine will make, on 14 pounds, 650, 700 horse, which hopefully will get me into it because the car's pretty light. I haven't weighed it yet. I'm hoping for 2,900-ish pounds. It should be fairly light because I removed a lot of material from it. All the sound deadening. It just has carpet in it, no headliner, except for just taking the headliner and literally sticking it to the roof. You know, no HVAC stuff, that's all removed. All the chromoly suspension, the chromoly cage. So, yeah, go ahead and enjoy. See what you think. Let me know. There'll be a lot more videos to come. I need to raise the GoPro up probably about 6 to 8 inches, but my harness bar is kind of down low, so I got to figure out a solution for that. But it went really well. Car did great. Engine's not burning oil like crazy or making noise, but the exhaust is so loud. I don't really know that for sure, but the rods are staying in the block is what I'm saying. So enjoy the video.